where we will raise funds for Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Register to bowl with us on March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls. Registration is now open. Go to WTMJcares.com to sign up. Act quickly, teams will fill up fast. It's WTMJ Cares Bowling for Babies to help the Milwaukee Diaper Mission.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting WTMJ.com/contests. That's WTMJ.com/contests.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Transform your home today. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
If you can't handle the noise, just stay home.
Now here's Kevin Porter Jr. Wiggles free in the corner, hits the three and draws the foul.
The Bucks face off against the Cavaliers at Fiserv Forum.
Usman Chang rips another triple, and the Bucks have jumped back in front.
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6:30 on the home of the Bucks, 620 WTMJ Milwaukee.
It's 12 o'clock. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Wednesday, February 25th. Your top story, maintaining innocence after sexual assault allegations.
I'm Jessica Tighe. The Vice President of the United States is coming to Wisconsin.
Mostly sunny, breezy today, high 29. Clear tonight and a low of 17. It's 24 and mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 12:01. From the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, a WTMJ exclusive, Wisconsin Center District President and CEO Marty Brooks maintains his innocence from sexual assault allegations in his first public comments since the allegations came to light.
I have nothing to hide.
Brooks said the allegations levied against him by Milwaukee Common Council President Jose Perez have taken an emotional toll on himself and his family.
Imagine sitting in front of your two daughters' wife just prior to Thanksgiving and saying, hey, I got to have a family meeting.
No charges were ever filed against Brooks. His comments came amid a larger discussion about a study recommending a convention center hotel be built in downtown Milwaukee. Brooks tells WTMJ any allegations he knew the results of the study beforehand are false.
My objective was to get information to present to the board so we could look towards the future, period.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
New security measures are moving forward in Kenosha schools.
Tuesday night, the Kenosha School Board approved metal detectors at all 6 district high schools. The move comes after recent gun-related arrests involving Bradford High School students. Superintendent Dr. Jeffrey Weiss says safety is a shared responsibility.
This past Friday, a team from KUSD traveled to Hamilton High School in Milwaukee to watch their weapon detection procedures in action. We were able to see the item on tonight's board agenda, the CHEA Open Gates System in action. Children deserve to feel safe and supported.
Parents are urging the approved policies to expand throughout the entire district. Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Well, the White House is pushing its message of a golden age of America after the president's record-long State of the Union address Tuesday night. ABC's Karen Travers in Washington, D.C.
The president is here at the White House. He's not traveling, as is customary after the State of the Union, where presidents announce policy proposals and then take them out on the road and present them to everyday Americans to try to continue some momentum for the State of the Union. We didn't have a lot of those policy proposals from the president, but for him, he's essentially saying, trust me, things are good, but Americans right now are not really buying that sales pitch based on what we see in poll after poll.
Decision Wisconsin. While President Trump is not traveling after the State of the Union, Vice President J.D. Vance is. In fact, he's making a trip here to the Badger State. Vance will visit Plover tomorrow and tour a manufacturing facility. Plover is part of the congressional district represented by Republican Congressman Derek Van Orden. National Democrats have said it's one of 2 Republican-held districts in Wisconsin that they're trying to flip this fall.
Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton appearing at a filmed and transcribed House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform deposition as part of an investigation into Jeffrey Epstein. Republican Representative Tim Burchett says they should be testifying in the nation's capital.
I don't know why the heck we didn't bring them here. If you or I got in trouble, guess what? We'd be here or we'd be in chains and they'd be dragging us in. And having them up in Chappaqua to me is an insult to the public. And I realize they got to cut a deal, but it's not a deal I would have cut.
Former President Bill Clinton is scheduled to appear before the committee behind closed doors on Thursday. Time for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Pretty good day going here. The Dow is up about 300 points at 49,480. NASDAQ is up about 270 points at 23,133. And the S&P up about 50 at 6942. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Financial planning at every level. For details, visit annexwealth.com.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 12:04.
No yard is too big or too small. That's right, let Outdoor Living Unlimited design and build your new deck, patio, outdoor shade area, and pergola, and everyone will scream wow when they see your new backyard. For free design and estimate, and get that project started, stop by Outdoor Living Unlimited's resourceful Waukesha showroom and visit OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
What's up, Milwaukee? Christian Yelich here. Big news. Isaac Slade from The Fray and Jake Owen are joining us for this year's Home Plate charity event happening May 21st, 2026 at Landmark Credit Union Live. This night is all about giving back to the city that gives us so much. We're raising support for organizations that help Milwaukee families, students, and small businesses thrive. Get ready for an amazing night of music, community, and impact. Let's make this one the best yet. For more information on tickets, please head to Yelly22concert.com.
Planet Fitness has everything you need anytime the motivation hits, so you can give everything you've got. With most clubs open 24 hours, you've got access to our best-in-class equipment to tackle early morning reps, late night miles, and every workout in between. Join the club today and save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Cancel anytime. Deal ends February 27th. You ready? Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet. See club for details.
WTMJ's Eric Bilstead here for Tri-County Contracting. Do you love the way your home looks? When you pull in, do you think, wow, the old homestead looks fantastic? Or do you notice that the siding's all faded and the roof is kind of falling apart? Well, Tri-County Contracting can help make it look the way you truly want it and make you love it. The website is TriCountyContractingWI.com. It's roofing, siding, and windows that'll make you love your home again. TriCountyContractingWI.com.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports desk. On-field testing begins at the NFL Scouting Combine Thursday. Packers GM Brian Gutekunst will be adding to a roster he hopes learns to finish what they start in 2026.
A number of our games the past couple of years, we've been up in the games and just not been able to close them out. And our group's got to get to that point, So I think we're on our way there. I really like the guys in our locker room, and I like the makeup of our team. But that's an area that we have to fix.
Packers do not own a first-round pick in the upcoming draft as part of the Micah Parsons trade. Brewers take on the Giants this afternoon in Arizona as the Cactus League season continues. Prospect Tyler Black, 3 hits and 6 RBI in Tuesday's win over the A's. Coverage of today's game gets underway at 2 o'clock. And it's night 2 of a back-to-back for the Bucks taking on the Cavaliers at Fiserv Forum. Coverage gets underway at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. We do have a couple of incidents. The first one is in Kenosha County. Let me take you down to this one right here. It's 4194 North at Wisconsin 142. The left shoulder is blocked due to an incident. Don't know exactly what it is, but let me tell you what I'm seeing right here. Emergency responders are at the scene, and they have their flashing lights going right now. I see at least 2 emergency responders. One of them just got out of a vehicle. It looks like there is a white van that is pulled over off to the side. It's possible this is just someone that they pulled over, and that in a couple minutes, that person will be on their way. We shall see. Traffic is moving along next to it, but traffic is pretty significant right there. So heads up, 4194 North at 142, the left shoulder is blocked because of that. Also, we have another situation up in Milwaukee County, closer to us right here. This one is at 27th and Layton. The two left lanes are blocked because of this incident here. And as I pulled up the cameras to let you know what's going on, I see emergency responders there as well. There is one car that is facing the wrong way. Possibly an emergency responder in that one. It's hard to tell with the lighting in this case. But we do have an incident going on at 27th and Layton that's also causing problems.
Mostly sunny, breezy today, high of 29 degrees. Clear tonight, a low of 17. 39 the high on Thursday. Sunny, windy, and mild on Friday with a high of 54. The warm-up will be brief, however. Saturday's high just 33 with some light afternoon snow possible. Sunday's high just 29. 24, mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 12:09.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
It's Vince Vitrano's birthday, and he would absolutely hate that I'm mentioning this on the air right now. Vinny doesn't like compliments. He doesn't like people telling him happy birthday. So I should retract my statement. We will never wish Vinny a happy birthday on this program.
He does. He just doesn't like it.
No.
I remember hearing that years ago, and it's not about getting older. He just doesn't like focus on his birthday. But as long as you're mentioning that, I should say happy birthday to my husband, Nick, as well.
Oh, is that right?
Happy birthday.
That is amazing. That's good stuff. I will text him later. We talk a lot, quite often, actually, throughout the course of a given day. Yeah, 12:10 here on WTMJ.
It's now at noon on Wisconsin's Midday News.
1 week from today, a Milwaukee police officer accused of misusing police equipment to keep tabs on his romantic partner is due to make his initial appearance in court. 33-year-old Josue Ayala is charged with attempted misconduct in public office. Prosecutors say the Milwaukee police officer improperly accessed the flock camera system while on duty and plugged in the license plate of his romantic partner and that person's ex to monitor their whereabouts. Flock cameras scan license plates and passing vehicles. They've helped police across the country track down stolen cars and criminal suspects. But they've also come under scrutiny in recent years over fears of mass surveillance and who can access that data. Milwaukee has more than 30 flock cameras up across the city. Officer Ayala is accused of looking up his partner's information more than 120 times and that person's ex more than 50 times. Ayala is expected to resign. He's currently suspended.
Well, the Wauwatosa Common Council votes 12-2 to approve the joint fire department with West Allis. A number of steps need to take place before the, ready for it, Milwaukee Metro Fire Rescue is launched. Now they're not going with Wawastalis or West Tosa.
Didn't you guess Milwaukee Metro the other day?
I thought it would be basic like that, but these are suburban Milwaukee areas and cities, right? So it made sense. Milwaukee Metro Fire Rescue. Maybe I said fire department, but nonetheless, that's the name.
It was close.
It is launching. One step includes for Milwaukee Metro Fire to apply for funding through the State Innovation Fund. This is a big deal. They could be eligible for an annual payment of about $4.25 million per year over the next 5 years. So you want to get that paperwork filed in due process. Expect a board of governors to be established this spring. A fire chief could be hired this summer along with branding. They'll get all the kind of logos and stuff created. Full operations expected to begin as early as Q1 of 2027.
The plaintiff in a landmark social media trial is expected to testify today.
Kaylee, as she's been referred to in court, alleges beauty filters were one of the features built into platforms like Instagram that contributed to her mental health conditions, such as body dysmorphia. When asked about the filters last week, Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg testified that removing them from his platforms would be paternalistic and would upset the balance between user protections and free expression.
That's ABC's Mike Dubusky. The head of Instagram previously testified the company is taking steps to mitigate their role in the teen mental health crisis by rolling out things like more limited accounts for teenagers. And I have noticed a ton of Meta ads for teen accounts lately. I'm sure some of you are saying, yep, I have too. I've seen so many, and I'd say like the last week and a half, that I decided to look into it this morning, figured it had to be related to this trial. Ad Impact is a group that tracks advertisements in real time. Their data shows Meta spent nearly $700,000 on just one of the teen ads, and the social media giant has run more than 3,500 unskippable commercials across CNN, Fox, and ABC since November, promoting Instagram's teens accounts. The campaign paused briefly in January, then picked back up this month when jury selection started.
Marketing at its finest. 12:13 on WTMJ. Plenty to get to here on the program today, including a conversation with CBS congressional correspondent Scott McFarlane about the State of the Union address last night. Some other big things popping in the nation's capital. We'll check in with Scott in about 20 minutes.
Vince Vitrano here with your HVAC guy, Urban Heating and Cooling. How much longer does that furnace have? Question to ask my man Ryan. His family-owned business with his wife Ellie, based in Franklin. They serve all of southeast Wisconsin. Now, what Ryan most wants to do is help you get as much life out of that furnace that you've already got. But when you have him in for a tune-up, now he can give you an honest assessment on how much longer that older unit will hold out. Free estimate is always part of the deal, so you know it will fit your budget. Tell him Vinny sent you when you call urbanheatingandcooling.com.
Thanks, Vinny. Happy birthday, big guy. WTMJ is throwing strikes for a cause. This is going to be a great time. If you are interested in participating, we'd love to have you. Bowling for Babies, Saturday, March 7th at Village Bowl. It's in Menominee Falls, raising money for the Milwaukee Diaper Mission. So get a team of 4 together. You can join us here at WTMJ at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls. Registration information available for you by texting the word baby to our talk and text line 855-616-1620. You can sign up right on your mobile device. Bowling for Babies, presented by Gruber Law Offices. It's WTMJ, it's you, it's raising money for a great cause. March 7th for the Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Hope to see you there at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls. Text BABY to 855-616-1620.
Frank Daniels, our Madison Goldsmith, has an idea.
Bring him in.
Hey, Rick. Hey, Sarah. Hi, Monica.
It's great to see you, Frank. What's your idea?
It's a new company policy.
Let's hear it.
You know the world-famous Kessler's warranty?
If you bought it at Kessler's, it's guaranteed. It's just that simple. Even if you lose a diamond, including the center stone, we'll replace it. All maintenance is free forever. Yes, it really is that miraculous.
Every time I hear that warranty, it blows my mind.
I propose we have a jewelry cleaning policy that's as amazing as that warranty.
What would it say?
Bring us your jewelry, and we'll professionally clean it. While you wait, for free. You can come in as often as you want, and we don't care where you bought your jewelry. The only thing that matters is that you want it to look amazing again. We want that too.
I vote yes.
I vote yes. I vote yes. The motion carries.
Congratulations, Frank. Your idea is now company policy.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
When you breathe well, you live better. Find out more at AdventKnows.com.
Sunny, breezy, and mild today, high 29. Clear tonight and a low of 17. Partly cloudy on Thursday and a high of 39 degrees. Mostly sunny on Friday, windy and mild with a high of 54. We drop back into the 30s for Saturday and Sunday. 24 and mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 12:16. Well, fun times in the world of adulting. It is tax season here. I'm usually an early filer, and I have not filed my taxes yet. I'm getting a bit of anxiety. My wife keeps telling me we do need to file this year, so we will. I know sometimes you've done the extension. I would have anxiety.
Not me, my husband. My husband. It gives me anxiety, too.
Okay. Well, nonetheless, you might want to get those taxes filed a little bit earlier this year for a number of different reasons. As we welcome in ABC's Jim Ryan. If you want to follow tax law, Jim, it's an arduous task. It's not easy, so it helps to have somebody like you break us down. What do we want to do here? Why do we want to file early?
Well, first, the basics. April 15th this year is on a Wednesday, a normal, average, non-holiday Wednesday. So that will be the deadline this year, April 15th. So make sure you have everything bundled up and ready to go by then. Most people are filing electronically. In fact, 94% last year filed electronically. So the old paper returns that you sat there with a pencil and filled out, those days are practically gone as the IRS moves to a more paperless form of filing our taxes.
Many people this year may be in for a bigger tax refund. How much bigger are we realistically talking about?
Well, Jessica, last year the average refund was $3,167. The IRS says it could be about $1,000 higher than that this year. But remember, that's your money. You already paid that in, and you'll be getting that back one way or another. So if you didn't adjust your withholding going into 2025, you will see that increase just as a natural function of a lower tax rate in the first place. So, yeah, that's so expect about $4,100 if you're the average taxpayer.
What about for car buyers, Jim? We think about Donald Trump's big, beautiful bill, and it's a comprehensive document, hundreds and hundreds of pages. I have not gone through it all, nor will I. Don't think the average American has. But what does it mean for car buyers, especially those models that were made in the U.S.?
Sure. Yeah, it could be a very good thing. So let's say you bought a Ford Bronco in 2025. Fantastic, because you can deduct up to $10,000 worth of the interest on the loan that you used to buy that Ford Bronco. Here's the catch, though, Greg. Most Ford Broncos are made in Mexico. They're assembled in Mexico, despite the fact that Ford is an American nameplate. On the other hand, so you wouldn't be eligible for that deduction or that break. On the other hand, if you bought a Toyota or a Honda in 2025, chances are you will be able to collect the tax break on that one, because the vast majority of Hondas and Toyotas sold in this country are also assembled in this country. Some of the fine print that you're going to have to look at if you intend to collect on that car loan interest break.
We heard a lot recently about taxes on tips. So when we talk about food servers and tipped workers, are tips being taxed differently now?
Well, they are, yes. And President, that was one thing that he ran on during the last election, right? So that one part of the bill was that tips would be exempt. So a higher standard deduction, first of all, is something to consider there. The standard deduction for this year has been raised to $15,750 for single filers, up from the $15,000 last year. If you're a married couple filing jointly, it's up to $31,500. That's up from $30,000 last year. But yes, there is a deduction, or there are breaks offered to people who depend upon taxes to make their living. Deduction for some or all of one's qualified tips. Okay, so qualified, it's defined as voluntary, cash, or charged tips that workers get from customers. So it's not that automatic tip that you see written into some restaurant bills now. These are the voluntary tips that are given to you. You can deduct up to $25,000 in tipped income.
And what about overtime workers, people who are working overtime?
Yeah, deduction for overtime pay. The new break has no tax on overtime. It's more technical than that. It's a deduction for at least a portion of what's considered qualified overtime pay. So that applies to that bit of qualified overtime above your usual wage. But that's going to be limited to no more than half in time and a half pay. So there are some things, and you may end up having to go to a tax professional if you intend to take that break, to take that deduction.
Any new tax benefits for seniors this year, Jim?
Yes, seniors also are going to see a benefit this year. Their deduction goes up. For older people, 65 and up, you're going to see that the deduction is qualifying for new to $6,000 to $12,000 federal senior deduction. So if you're single, you're 65 or older, you're filing individually, it's a $6,000 benefit on top of the standard deduction, okay? If you're filing together, jointly, married, it's a $12,000 federal senior deduction. That's above and beyond what the standard deduction is.
Well, middle of the work week, and we have good news. You may be in for a bigger tax refund this year. We like that, Greg.
That sounds good.
Potentially, right.
May,
and
that's the key word.
Make sure that American nameplate car was actually made in the U.S., because very often it isn't.
Yeah, that's a very good tip. ABC's Jim Ryan. We always appreciate it, Jim. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. See you guys.
2026 Brewers tickets are on sale now. This year, it all kicks off at our house with opening day at home, followed up with a schedule that's absolutely loaded. Throw in the same flair for the dramatic thrills on any given night. Plus Brewers giveaways you won't forget. And you've got a season you're going to have to see to believe. Don't miss a second of Brewers action this year. The crew is back for more. All Brewers tickets for the 2026 season are on sale now at Brewers.com.
Jessica Tighe here for Steinhoffel's. During Steinhoffel's Make It Your Own event, creating furniture that fits your style is easy. Choose your fabric, select your finish, and add the details that make it yours. Right now at Steinhoffel's, you'll save at least 10% off store-wide. Then you can take an extra 5% off special order and in-stock items, $999 or more. And if you need design help, you can get up to $200 off Steinhoffel's decorating solutions packages. Shop in store or online at steinhoffels.com.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Watch out, some guys are only about that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing, that thing.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has announced 17 nominees for its class of 2026. These are just the nominees, not exactly sure who's going to get in, but the list features 10 first-time nominees, including the iconic Lauryn Hill after she separated from the Fugees. That was one of her marquee songs. Lauryn Hill, part of the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, one of the albums of the year, that particular year.
That is a classic. Mariah Carey also on the list?
Yeah, a number of individuals, and a lot of first-time individuals, including, and I found this to be a little surprising, so Phil Collins has been nominated and is in with Genesis, but this is the first time he's been a solo nominee, and this is one of his marquee songs. Of course, you always know the iconic drum beat that kind of kicks off the final portion of the song, but Phil Collins had a brilliant career after departing from Genesis.
Okay, and I'm looking at the list here. Some of these others. Shakira, she seems newer, right? I feel like if she doesn't get in, I'd say she's got time. She's got time yet.
Yeah, so she had a number of hits, and this was, what, maybe 2006, 5, somewhere in that area, so kind of early-ish 2000s. Lauryn Hill goes back to maybe late 90s. Phil Collins goes back to the 80s, 90s. He spanned several decades.
Or Sade, who's also on the list.
Yes.
I mean, she goes way back.
Another surprise one to me, a first-time nominee, is Luther Vandross. You think about his career and that smooth and silky voice that you've probably heard for decades. You can hear me saying it. Wu-Tang Clan, also a first-time nominee.
Wait a second, New Edition is on the list?
Yeah.
I loved New Edition back in the day. Mr. Telephone Man, oh yeah, sing that sweetly to me. That was great.
Others on the list for the first time include Pink as well, and Pink has had, I would say,
she's a force.
Some legendary concerts here in the state of Wisconsin. She has been unbelievable. She's got a one hit after the other. She's very acrobatic during her concert performances. She's usually swinging on a trapeze or flying in on some sort of cable. Like, very, very interesting performances. Another sort of new addition, if you will, nominee on this, Lauryn Hill, as I mentioned. Melissa Etheridge is on this list. And then you also have some bands that have been around and been on the list but have just not cracked through, like Oasis and the Black Crowes. They are bands that you recognize certainly from the 90s and 2000s. They've just not yet made their way in, but certainly a force during their time.
So I'm thinking about that, Oasis. How much of a force was it? I remember Wonderwall and then Champagne Supernova.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm out after that. I'm probably not. They're probably ones I know but just don't remember.
All their songs kind of sounded the same.
Yeah.
They also were famous for not really liking each other. They were brothers, Noah and Liam Gallagher. And they were angry. They were kind of ornery with each other. They separated from one another, have tried to repatch things and come back. But you never knew if one was going to show up on a given night at a concert.
Yeah, they kind of had earworms, though, with their songs, without a doubt.
For sure.
Lauryn Hill, kind of interesting. I know some of you have gone to these and others are thinking about it. Others probably don't know about them. But they have these candlelight concerts around the country, and they have a handful of them here in Milwaukee. I just went to one recently, and it was in just a beautiful church that was redone, and it was hip-hop. It was 90s R&B hip-hop on strings with candles all around.
Very
so just
cool.
everything about it was very unique. But Lauryn Hill, some of the songs were from Lauryn Hill.
Amazing to hear that done with an orchestra, isn't it?
Yes.
Just incredible.
Except
incredible.
These were like 4 people on strings.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Pretty
people.
amazing stuff. The inductees are out. The class will be revealed in April of 2026. And now, about your house. Eric Brown is the president of Siding Unlimited, your contractor for new windows, roofing, siding, decks, and a whole lot more. He knows about your house. So what do you know, Eric?
Recently, Siding Unlimited installed new windows in a home, and the homeowner loved the experience. Linda W. said, "I was extremely satisfied with the service that was provided by Siding Unlimited. I had a new roof and new windows installed in my house." Linda loved that she chose the right company for peace of mind. She also loved the colors. Larry, another Siding Unlimited customer, was thrilled with the experience. Larry's home looks brand new. Go to our Siding Unlimited Instagram page and see our pinned message to listen to Larry's testimonial, but also see his house. Again, Siding Unlimited, knocking it out of the park. Looking for new windows, siding, roofing, and doors? Visit the 5-time Pella Platinum Premier National Window Contractor of the Year winner at sidingunlimited.com. Definitely listen to Larry on Instagram at Siding Unlimited LLC.
Eric and his crews at Siding Unlimited are your go-to contractor here for roofing and also replacement windows, decks, and of course siding. They've done it all at the Matzek households over the years. It started with windows, transforming our 1953 Milwaukee home into something beautiful. And then, on our new house, brand new LP Smart Side siding. Built 8 years ago, our house still looks brand new. Make sure to connect with Eric about patio projects as well. They've expanded our outdoor living space to an area fit with a beautiful cedar pergola, paver patio, gas fire pit, and more. The best in lighting? I can control it from my phone. All there at Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. Take the next step and check them out at sidingunlimited.com. Siding Unlimited. Truly siding and a whole lot more. It's 12:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. Your top story, moving the former city attorney's criminal cases to Waukesha.
I'm Jessica Tighe. A Pabst Theater show postponed.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. A Senate committee holding a confirmation hearing today for Surgeon General nominee Dr. Casey Means. The wellness influencer and ally of HHS Secretary RFK Jr. has expressed she's disillusioned with traditional medicine and addressed a belief in the chronic disease epidemic in her opening statement.
If some kind of deal does emerge, it's probably because President
Public health leaders must address the evidence-based, modifiable drivers of chronic diseases, which include ultra-processed foods, industrial chemical exposure, lack of physical activity, chronic stress and loneliness, and over-medicalization.
NASA astronaut Mike Fink issuing a statement today thanking his crew and NASA surgeons for their expertise and help during an emergency at the International Space Station that caused the crew to return to Earth early. Fink, though, did not disclose the medical issue. And on Wall Street, stocks are up this hour, driven by tech stocks. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Times, 12:31. 2 criminal cases against former city attorney Tierman Spencer reassigned to Waukesha County. The Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel is reporting that Milwaukee Circuit Court Judge Lena Taylor is expected to be called as a witness in one of the cases if it goes to trial. This could become a conflict of interest, which is why they are moving the cases. Spearman and an associate are accused of improperly acquiring a property for $4,000 each and attempting to sell for $245,000. He's also facing misconduct and office charges in a separate criminal case.
A Milwaukee police officer accused of misusing department technology now faces a criminal charge.
According to a criminal complaint, 33-year-old Josue Ayala is accused of using the department's Flock Technology license plate tracking system to check on the whereabouts of 2 people for personal reasons. Prosecutors say Ayala ran the license plate of one victim over 120 times and a second victim over 50 times. Ayala faces 1 count of attempted misconduct in public office. If convicted, he could face up to 9 months in prison and a $10,000 fine. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Wauwatosa and West Allis agreeing to merge their fire departments. Both common councils approving a 10-year contract to combine resources. It'll be called Milwaukee Metro Fire Rescue. Fire officials from both cities say no cuts are expected from the merger. Wauwatosa Fire Chief James Case.
We recognize both communities are very proud of their fire departments, both Wauwatosa and West Dallas, and so we know this is a big change and a big ask that we're looking to do. But it's one of those things we feel strongly we have to do at this point because both cities, both fire departments, our budgets continue to be impacted.
Service expected to begin in April. A study last year found the merger could save both cities about $7 million.
Crews will start converting the 100 East building in downtown Milwaukee from offices to apartments this spring.
The lone caveat is that the city's Common Council must first approve extra public funds for the project. The Department of City Development says higher construction costs have ballooned the project's price tag to more than $186 million.
There have been cost increases that have increased the size of the development gap since the initial project review.
The city zoning committee advanced a plan to give the project $16.5 million from property tax revenue connected to the project, $2 million more than previously agreed to in July. Completion is now expected sometime in 2028. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A scheduled Steve Martin and Martin Short show at Milwaukee's Miller High Life Theater this Friday postponed following a death in Short's family. The Pabst Theater Group says tickets for the show will be honored at an eventual rescheduled date. Multiple outlets reporting Short's eldest daughter, Catherine Hartley Short, died at 42 years of age.
Incredibly sad. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 12:34.
Do you have a spot that's too cold in the winter, but if you jack up the heat, the rest of the house is too warm? Vince Vitrano for USA Insulation. Time to get Jeff and his team out to your house. Proper insulation from USA forms a thermal barrier that maintains warmth in the winter and coolness in the summer. Time to get in on thousands of dollars of government efficiency credits. Jeff and his team at USA Insulation find the grants, rebates, reductions, and they discount the cost of your project up front. Get started at usainsulation.net.
USA Insulation. Imagine unpacking once and waking up somewhere new every morning. That's river cruising with Avalon and Fox World Travel. From castles along the Rhine to cafes on the Danube, Avalon's spacious ships put Europe right outside your window. Slower travel, deeper connections, and unforgettable views. Ready to let Europe come to you? Press the easy button and let Fox World Travel plan it all for you. Call 866-GO-FOX-GO to book your storybook vacation today.
You've seen us around town, volunteering, supporting events, and showing up where it matters. At Waterstone Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. The money you deposit stays local, helping small businesses, creating jobs, and supporting home ownership. It's banking from the community for the community. Visit your local branch or WSBOnline.com to see how we're building a stronger southeastern Wisconsin, one neighbor at a time. Waterstone Bank, member FDIC.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Experience the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club's Friday All You Care to Eat Lenten Fish Fry, one of the best. It's delicious. The magnificent Sunday brunch is all you care to eat. Kids and grandkids under 3 eat for free. Google, call, reserve today. The Fox and Hounds.
Time for WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call, That's All Sports desk. It's the Brewers and Giants this afternoon. Cactus League action from Maryvale. Coverage gets underway at 2 o'clock on WTMJ. Brewers prospect Tyler Black, 3 hits and 6 RBI in Tuesday's win over the A's.
I think definitely coming into camp more ready this year was a big thing. I got hurt early in camp last year, so I think that kind of hindered me a little bit. But, just being able to compete and, my body being in a good spot allowing me to do that, it's been big for sure. So
Black will participate in the World Baseball Classic representing Team Canada. The Bucks have won 7 of their last 10 games. They're back on the home floor tonight against Cleveland. Coverage gets underway at 6:30 on WTMJ. And the Badgers men's basketball team on the road tonight. A late-night tip from Oregon, 9 o'clock. It gets underway Central Time. UW looking for its 20th win of the season. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more.
Let's get you an update on the roads right now with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. I do have some good news, some new developments here. The issue at 27th and Layton, that is cleared now, so no issues there at 27th and Layton. Also monitoring an issue on 4194 North at Wisconsin 142. DOT still has it posted as the left shoulder is blocked, but I just checked out the cameras for you, and it no longer is. So good news there. It is also clear at 4194 North at Wisconsin 142. Other than that, we're just dealing with the delays around our construction zone on 94 westbound, and it's really not even too bad yet. So fingers crossed it stays that way. I'll keep you posted.
Our roller coaster of a week continues. A high of just 29 degrees today, sunny and breezy. Up to 39 on Thursday, 54 the high on Friday, sunny, windy, and mild. Chance of light snow in the afternoon or evening on Saturday with a high of 33, 29 the high on Sunday. 24, mostly sunny in Milwaukee at 12:38. Well, I thought it might be appropriate to bump back with Lauryn Hill, given she's a Rock and Roll
There
Hall
you
of Fame
go. That's
nominee
smart.
for 2026. Scott certainly would have gotten that. I have no idea who this is, but if anybody does, it's our CBS congressional correspondent, Scott McFarland from the nation's capital. Hi, Scott.
Good afternoon. That is Kelly Price. That was her first ever song. She became pretty big in the late 90s and early 2000s, but that was her biggest hit, Friend of Mine, 1998.
But Scott, here's a bonus round for you that I just thought of. Who was Kelly
Bring it.
Price's friend who walked away with her man?
Somebody who hurt her so bad she wrote a good little song about it.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll
Did
give
her
you a
wrong.
ding, ding, ding for that.
I don't recognize it. I don't remember Kelly Price. Gene, I thought you maybe stumped me. You for sure stumped me. You never stumped Scott. Very, very rare. Well, I'd like to talk about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Scott, with you, but we'll instead pivot to issues happening in the nation's capital.
What a big tease that was.
Yeah, I know. A political theater last night as President Trump delivered a rather lengthy State of the Union address. So, in your opinion, or in the opinion of others who you've talked to here, Scott, did he succeed in connecting directly with voters? The spring primary is right around the corner. Or is this event being viewed as maybe a distraction from some big-time policy issues?
That's a good question. A lot to unpack there. If there's any numbers or any data or polling that shows some type of immediate resonating with independent voters, I haven't seen it. Doesn't mean it's not possible. I just haven't seen any metrics that show that he broke through with people beyond the base that loves to devour 2-hour speeches by Donald Trump. But boy, he sure did firm up and galvanize that base. And you could see it from the reaction in the room, and you could see it from the reaction on social media. Kind of was playing some of the hits that he does at campaign rallies, but only on a bigger stage and with a lot more theater. I mean, he obviously gave out a lot of awards, introduced a lot of American heroes, a lot of famous names. There was a variety show aspect to this, but I'm not seeing any breakthrough with people who aren't already on board. Doesn't mean it didn't happen. Doesn't mean it's not possible. Just means we haven't seen it yet. You also want to be mindful here of the new ways in which Americans consume news, information, and events. I mean, gone are the days of Kelly Price, the Friend of Mine, and we all sit down and watch TV for 2 hours at night. Now, that's a very 1998 notion.
Yes.
What the president's doing here is what a lot of politicians are doing, is putting out 2 hours of material that can be clipped, socialized, and shared for days. Those moments that you may remember or have heard about from last night's speech, those are going to be introduced to a lot of Americans over the next few days, next few weeks. And then maybe they have more impact for the better or for the worse. We're in a clip social media society now, so we don't know yet the impact of this speech.
That is so true, Scott. And I'll tell you what, I typically sit down and watch the entire State of the Union address. It doesn't matter which side of the aisle the president is on at the time. Yep. But when I found out yesterday, when President Trump came out and said it's going to be a long one, it's going to be 2.5 hours, I thought, oh my goodness, 2.5 hours. I'm going to keep tabs on it, and I'm going to find out what I need to know for the show. I did not, for the first time, I did not sit down and watch the whole thing start to finish. Did not watch those 2.5 hours. It was he set a new record last night for the longest address to Congress at 108 minutes. That's 8 minutes longer than his 100-minute speech back in 2025. But Scott, something else I did, I was keeping tabs of the fact checks that were coming from your group, from CBS. And it was really interesting to see. You were fact-checking, CBS as a whole was fact-checking what the president was saying. So just as an example here, I printed up a couple of them. Fact-checking when he talked about the murder rate, when he talked about illegal entries, when he talked about more people working, investments in the U.S., gas prices, egg prices. So it was really interesting. You guys would come out with what he talked about, Trump's claim, and then gave a rating. So on some of these, when it comes to the murder rate, it was true. Illegal entries, partially true. More people working, misleading. It was really interesting to watch all these come through. And I'm just wondering if there was kind of a summary at the end of that as to whether the president was mostly speaking the truth or whether more of it was misleading or not accurate.
It's hard to break that down per se, because a lot of the time is empty calories. It's clapping, it's affirmation, it's celebration mixed in with some speech. If you look, minute for minute, actually, he wasn't talking for 108 minutes. He was talking for less than that. Now, how much of this was truthful? How much of this was political exaggeration, which is a staple of the State of the Union address, no matter who's president? How much of this was just flat out lies? It's a lot of flat out lies. I mean, you can point to a few of them. You referenced some. I could find you a bunch more. How about this one? The president said twice last night that there is now a much safer situation in Washington, D.C., that there has been zero crime. There's zero crime in Washington, D.C. I mean, you may charitably call that an exaggeration. Maybe it was, but it's a flat-out lie. If you go to the Washington, D.C. Superior Courthouse today, which I did, I found a 62-page-long calendar of cases that were going before the judges, which means many hundreds of cases are being heard today of crimes that have happened in the last few weeks. There's crime in Washington, D.C. Call it a lie, call it an exaggeration, call it hyperbole, call it what you will. Awful lot of things that aren't truthful in that speech.
Any other takeaways, Scott, from what happened both inside the venue and out? There was a lot of empty seats there. Obviously, Democrats not really wanting to show support for the president and the administration, so they had their own thing going on the outside, which was nowhere near as big or eventful as what happened on the inside. But nonetheless, it was something happening.
Some good and some bad for Democrats last night. I will tell you that there are Democrats who acknowledged to me, though they won't put their name on it, that they got jammed up pretty good by Trump when he asked the room to stand if you support protecting U.S. citizens over undocumented immigrants, which was clearly a no-win situation for the Democrats in the room. If you stand, you look subservient to Trump. If you stand, you're making a statement that that's the top priority in the country, where there may be other priorities you think are a little bigger than that one. You don't stand, he jams you up, and there's a campaign ad waiting to happen. Really strong strategic political move by the Trump administration there. Good news for Democrats. Those who skipped went to a pair of different events that I went to last night, one of which was on the National Mall. It was the People's State of the Union, operated by the Midas Touch media outlet. There were speakers, one after another, Democratic members of Congress. There were millions of people watching that thing on YouTube. Millions. There's clearly an appetite for alternative speakers to Trump, and there's clearly an appetite inside the Democratic Party to hear a message. If millions of people put on YouTube to watch that thing, that'll tell you something. At the National Press Club in Washington, which is right down the street from the White House, there was a separate event called the State of the Swamp, where you had different Democratic figures giving speeches and remarks. Packed house, jammed up, live streams, lots of viewers, lots of energy. These alternative events were new to me, but the fact that they could captivate millions of people means that's going to be the new normal. The minority, the out-of-power party is not going to just sit and watch anymore. They're going to do their own alternative events, and I think last night was a good beta test for how that works.
We're talking with CBS News Justice correspondent Scott McFarland. Scott, new legislation in the House would ban taxpayer money from going to January 6 rioters. How does the House bill, what does it specifically prohibit?
Yeah, this seems like a symbolic or a political bill to you. They want to stop taxpayer money from ever going to January 6 rioters, because right now taxpayer money is going to January 6 rioters. There are a number of federal lawsuits filed by January 6 pardoned defendants who want damages for the troubles and travails they went through, so they have filed suit in federal court. And this legislation would ban any payouts to pardoned insurrectionists. There's already been one payout to the family of Ashley Babbitt, the member of the mob who was shot and killed as she breached the House Speaker's lobby. The family got $5 million in taxpayer money in a settlement approved by the Trump administration. There are also a number of defendants who have successfully secured reimbursements for their court costs, for their court-ordered restitution, damages, and fines. This legislation would stop that from happening and let taxpayer money going to rioters for things involving the attack on the Capitol and an attempt to overturn an election.
Is there a long list, Scott, here of pending or future claims that would warrant this legislation?
Yes. There's a growing number of lawsuits, but the number of people asking for restitution or reimbursement from taxpayers for their court costs and their damages and their fines, that's growing by the dozens. And judges are grappling with what to do about that. Some are agreeing to let the taxpayers pay off these people. Some are pushing back, but without any unanimity on this, there's a concern that this is going to metastasize.
Scott, this is very random, but I'm going to bring it back kind of full circle to the start of the show, because you are so talented in so many ways, from your job to just the ridiculous amount of 90s R&B music that you know, and all the factoids. Has anyone ever pitched you to be on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert on CBS? I feel like you would be perfect for that as a guest. CBS Justice Correspondent Scott McFarland, people need to know more.
Thank you for that, by the way, Jess. My mom would love to hear that clip, so I'm going to play it for her because she it warmed her heart. It almost happened once. There was a scheduling conflict a couple years ago, but that show goes till May, so we got time still. And I'm all in on any show that wants to incorporate the greatest music ever made in modern American history. So if that is your show, and hopefully that will be future shows as well.
Okay, why were they going to bring you on before?
I think they wanted to talk about January 6th and the case against Trump. This is after Trump got charged. Remember, by the way, in August 2023, a former president was charged with felonies and looked like he's on a fast track to trial and possible conviction. It's so long ago in Trump land that it feels like a different lifetime, but that was just a couple of years ago, and it was a very interesting case. I was the prime correspondent handling it, and we had a lot to say, but I think we had a scheduling conflict. You know where we never have scheduling conflicts? When it's time for WTMJ, we are always ready.
Yes.
We always have our game face on. We're always ready to deliver.
That is so true. You are always here with us, and we really appreciate it. A couple more months to go. I think I'm going to tweet The Late Show with Stephen Colbert and say, hey, we got to get Scott on.
We're in your corner, Scott.
Appreciate that, both of you.
Well, we'll look forward to checking in again next week. We always appreciate it, Scott. Thank you.
Have a great week.
Thanks, guys.
You bet. It's 12:50 on WTMJ. Coming up next, we now know the medical issue that forced the return of 4 International Space Station astronauts. We'll explain after this.
Get the beat of the Bucks straight from a fan favorite and Bucks legend.
Welcome to the fantastic voyage. Marcus Johnson, the captain of this vessel.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson, a Bucks Plus audio production.
My first mate, Chris Johnson, the only father and son tandem.
Your weekly pulse on the Milwaukee Bucks and conversations with the biggest names in basketball. This week on the pod, it's all about the NBA trade deadline with Marcus and Chris. Find Here District now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, or wherever you get your podcast.
Well, our master closet was a total disaster, and the key word there is was. Inspired Closets did an unbelievable job. I just showed Jessica a picture of the job they did in our master closet. They finished everything up yesterday. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's functional. Now I don't have to worry about all of our laundry being out in the open or shoes, things like that. They came up with a custom design for our space. And did we want doors? Did we want hanging racks? Did we want a combination? Beautiful LED strip lighting that we can dim and control. It's really unbelievable, and it's beautifully done by Inspired Closets. They will do the same for you, whether it's a master closet, maybe a walk-in pantry, laundry room, linen closet, front hall closet. Ask what they can do in your garage space. There's really no end to what they can do. They've got the imagination. They've got the team to design and build for you. They're craftsmen, incredibly polite, on time. They did a wonderful job with our space. And we are clutter-free now in our master closet. Nothing cookie-cutter about it. If you want to connect with the best, connect with Inspired Closets. Reduce clutter, remove stress from your life, and have an organized space. They will do an amazing job for you. And to top it all off, you'll get a virtual tour of that space after the design is put to paper. That's right. The CAD designers then take you to the virtual world. You put on the goggles, you walk around in the space, see how functional it is for you. Only at Inspired Closets. Visit Inspired Closets Milwaukee. It's Katie and Dan, a husband and wife team, Inspired Closets Milwaukee.
Gruber Law Offices, serving the people of Wisconsin for over 30 years. Call us today if you've been injured. Gruber Law Offices, a proud partner of the Milwaukee Bucks. one call, that's all.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert with my son David, president of Accunet. David, we're pre-approving a lot of home shoppers this time of year. Why should someone choose Accunet for their pre-approval?
Dad, getting pre-approved with just any lender is like showing up to a first date in sweatpants. Sure, you're there, but are you really ready to impress? Our rock-solid pre-approval is like showing up in your best outfit with reservations already made. We also have an excellent reputation among real estate agents, so having Accunet's name on your pre-approval can make the difference.
What else?
In addition to clearly stating we verified your credit, income, and down payment, we'll also run the specific home you're looking to buy through our underwriting software to see if we can approve your loan without an appraisal, which sellers and their agents absolutely love. Bottom line, we do everything possible to help you win.
Thanks, David. Don't settle for anything less. Get started with your rock-solid pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
So it's about time you spruced up your home. Nothing major. You're not looking to spend a ton, but you are looking for something that'll give your quarters a little upgrade. You know, there are a lot of things you can do with glass. Simply beveling your mirrors can do wonders. You can mill out your wood cabinet doors and replace the center with attractive glass inserts, or customize them with unique handcrafted artistry, or maybe a theme. You could even install a new glass shower door and add some real appeal to your bathroom. They're all pretty affordable home improvements, and Les's Glass Service has been helping homeowners like you for just about longer than anyone in town. You probably don't realize how affordably we can help you reach your home's full potential, but we do, and we can show you countless options. So if it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Les's Glass. Les's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lesglassservice.com.
29 your high today, 17 your overnight low. Will up to 39 on Thursday, 54 windy and mild on Friday. It's 24 and sunny in Milwaukee. Well, we now know whose medical problem forced the return of 4 International Space Station astronauts more than 2 months ago.
When returning Space Station Commander Mike Fink greeted reporters in Houston January 21st,
here we are back on the most beautiful planet in the solar system.
He never let on that he was the one. And while he's not saying exactly what his issue was, he says whatever it was happened January 7th. And in a written statement released by NASA, he says he got immediate attention from his crewmates and quick response and guidance from NASA flight surgeons. All helped stabilize his condition. Fink says coming back early was the safest thing to do. He says he's doing fine in his post-flight recovery. Peter King, CBS News.
Think we'll ever find out why? What it was? I'm a little surprised we haven't yet.
Well, not now. No. I initially did think we would find out. I thought for sure when they were going to have the press conference. I thought, how do you have a press conference after all of this? Call a press conference and not address it?
Yeah.
And then when it didn't happen there, I thought, I don't know if we're going to find out. And now that we know who it is and he's talking but not saying, I don't think we're going to find out. And I'm okay with that. I mean, I would like to know. I'm curious. Do we need to know about his health issue? No.
Glad he's okay. Glad he's doing better. Glad everybody is safe beyond anything. Still curious. I agree with you.
Without a doubt. And he said their professionalism and dedication ensured a positive outcome. He basically said that space flight is an incredible privilege, and sometimes it reminds us just how human we are. Then he thanked everybody for their support.
1 o'clock news coming up next. It's 12:56.
Get ready for a big savings haul. Fleet Farm's having another bucket sale. Just pick up a 5-gallon bucket for $3.99 anytime this Monday through Sunday and save 15% on any qualifying items that fit inside. Need paint supplies? New power tools. If you can fit them, you can get them for 15% off. So make your bucket list and head into Fleet Farm's bucket sale, February 23rd through March 1st. And check out all the deals in our weekly ad at fleetfarm.com. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
A wonderful story, the story of Horicon Bank. In fact, I connected with their owner, CEO, and president earlier this week. Getting to know them is getting to know Horicon Bank. 130 years of trusted community banking. They have been proud to stand by their neighbors for well over a century. Pretty amazing stuff. And in 2026, right now, this year, they are celebrating this milestone with a full year of special events and monthly celebrations All of the branches will be celebrating 130 years of business. And this week, in particular, you can join the folks at the Horicon Bank New Berlin locations, right off Cleveland Avenue. Gift card giveaways, raffle prizes. Just stop in. Even if you're not a customer, see the difference, understand the difference at Horicon Bank, meet with their people, and win some prizes. Pretty cool stuff. Visit horiconbank.com or check them out on social media. Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
For over 30 years, CertaPro Painters has been part of countless memories. Every wall tells a story, and we've been proud to help write them. We are more than just your local painters, with care, craftsmanship, and certainty. From the first brushstroke to the final smile, our promise is simple. Your home, beautifully painted and worry-free. CertaPro Painters, that's painting happy. Get started today at CertaPro.com. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
If you can't handle the noise, just stay home.
Rollins bounces off the defense of Zion, drives inside, lays it in with a foul. Ryan Rollins just keeps coming at you.
The Bucks face off against the Cavaliers at Fiserv Forum.
Ryan Rollins looking like a Harlem Globetrotter.
Our Bucks Radio Network game day coverage starts tonight at 6:30.
We are the home of the Bucks. WTMJ.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
There's a lot of noise coming out of Washington these days, but one thing retirees in Wisconsin can't afford to ignore is the new Big Beautiful Bill. Sounds harmless, right? But here's the truth. The changes buried in this bill could have a serious impact on your retirement. At Drake & Associates, we've dug into the details, and we want to make sure you know what's really at stake. The Big Beautiful Bill includes sweeping updates to tax brackets, Social Security thresholds, Medicare premiums, and retirement account rules. And for many retirees, it could mean higher taxes on your savings, more limits on deductions, and unexpected changes to your income plan. Maybe you're already retired, or maybe you're just a few years away. Either way, what you don't know could cost you thousands. That's why we're offering Wisconsin residents a free educational guide to help you understand how the new bill may impact retirees and questions to discuss with your trusted financial advisor. Just text the word tax to 414-897-9522. That's tax, T-A-X, to 414-897-9522. You'll get immediate access to expert insights from the team at Drake & Associates, retirement planners who have been serving Wisconsin for over 20 years. We focus on tax-efficient retirement planning, helping you keep more of your money, avoiding surprises, and staying ahead of the curve no matter what Congress throws your way. So before the Big Beautiful Bill takes a bite out of your hard-earned savings, let's make sure your plan is designed to help prepare for uncertainty. Text TAX to 414-897-9522. That's TAX to 414-897-9522. Drake & Associates, helping build retirement confidence right here in Wisconsin.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
It's starting to feel a lot like springtime.
Off and running, huh?
We are off and running.
William Contreras admired
Brewers baseball is back. It's a Cactus League matchup between the Brewers and the Giants. Our Brewers Radio Network game day coverage starts today at 2. We are the home of the Brewers. 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 101. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Wednesday, February 25th. Your top story. What didn't get mentioned during the State of the Union?
I'm Jessica Tighe. More fallout from the Epstein files.
Sunny and breezy today, high 29. Clear tonight and a low of 17. 24 and sunny in Milwaukee. At 101 from the WTMJ Breaking Newsroom, President Trump taking his time delivering his first State of the Union address of his second term. While he did mention the state of the economy and foreign and domestic policy, he did leave out some notable issues, as News Nation's Hannah Brandt explains.
The president didn't mention Minneapolis, the immigration enforcement effort there,
or the 2 Americans who were killed in that immigration operation. And the president didn't really say much to try and address some concerns that Americans have been expressing that the Trump administration maybe has gone too far with deportation operations. Also notably absent in his speech was any mention of the Epstein files.
Decision, Wisconsin. While President Trump is not traveling after the State of the Union, Vice President J.D. Vance is. In fact, he's making a trip here to the Badger State. Vance will visit Plover tomorrow and tour a manufacturing facility. Plover is up there by Stevens Point. It's part of the congressional district represented by Republican Congressman Derek Van Orden. National Democrats have said it's one of 2 Republican-held districts in the state that they're trying to flip this fall.
A WTMJ exclusive, Wisconsin Center District President and CEO Marty Brooks maintains his innocence from a sexual assault allegation in his first public comment since the allegations came to light.
I have nothing to hide.
Brooks said the allegations levied against him by Milwaukee Common Council President Jose Perez have taken an emotional toll on himself and his family.
Imagine sitting in front of your 2 daughters' wife just prior to Thanksgiving and saying, hey, I got to have a family meeting.
No charges were ever filed against Brooks. His comments came amid a larger discussion about a study recommending a convention center hotel be built in downtown Milwaukee. Brooks tells WTMJ any allegations he knew the results of the study beforehand are false.
My objective was to get information to present to the board so we could look towards the future, period.
Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Former President Bill Clinton and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton are testifying this week in a House committee probe into the late convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein.
The Clintons fought House Committee Chair James Comer for months to avoid testifying. California Democratic Representative Robert Garcia wants to know if the former president knows if Jeffrey Epstein got wealth from other nations.
I think that's also a unique space where the former president might be able to be helpful.
But Tennessee Republican Representative Tim Burchett doesn't expect to hear anything new.
I think we'll probably draw back a nub like we have every dadgum time.
Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
The testimony will take place behind closed doors tomorrow and Friday, but it will be recorded, and the video will be released later on.
Former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers will resign from Harvard University over his ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
Amid the ongoing fallout for his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, former Harvard University President Larry Summers announced on Wednesday that he would resign from his academic and faculty appointments at Harvard at the end of the school year. Summers has been on leave since November, when he said he was deeply ashamed about his years-long relationship with Epstein. Peter Haralambous, ABC News.
Time for news about your money in the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. The Dow is up about 280 points at 49,455. NASDAQ up 285 points at 23,147. And the S&P is also up today, about 55 points at 6944. Annex Comprehensive Wealth, Annex Private Client, Annex Ignite. Financial planning at every level. For details, visit annexwealth.com.
Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 1:05.
When you've thrown over 4,000 innings like I have, you know joint pain isn't a maybe, it's a guarantee. For you, was it climbing ladders or too much heavy lifting? Hey, we're all in the same boat. But surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way. That's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No scalpels, no fake fixes, just real relief.
What I love about QC Kinetics, these are the most respected medical pros in the country that specialize in non-surgical therapies to get you moving again.
Don't mask the pain, fix it. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
I trusted QC Kinetics. You should too.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 414-667-5559. That's 414-667-5559. 414-667-5559.
Save on the best quality furniture and mattresses during the President's Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. With major discounts from our premier suppliers, you will save big bucks on top brands like Bradenton Young, made in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains. Bradenton Young is known for its fine quality leather upholstery. Fjords brings you modern Scandinavian design recliners and sofas, ergonomically engineered for more hip and back support. Norwalk, with American roots that go back over 100 years, specializes in making furniture just for you. Choose the piece, style, fabric, or leather you want And in just 35 days, we'll deliver your new sofa, chair, or sectional. In-stock or special orders are all sale priced. Need a little help putting it all together? At Ken Michaels Furniture, our design staff is ready to help you with your purchases. And it's free. Stop in today and save now during the President's Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All Sports desk. On-field testing begins at the NFL Scouting Combine Thursday. Packers GM Brian Gutekunst will be adding to a roster he hopes to learn to finish what they started in 2026.
A number of our games the past couple of years, we've been up in the games and just not been able to close them out. And our group's got to get to that point, So I think we're on our way there. I really like the guys in our locker room, and I like the makeup of our team. But that's an area that we have to fix.
Packers do not own a first-round pick in the upcoming draft as part of the Micah Parsons trade. Brewers take on the Giants this afternoon in Arizona as the Cactus League season rolls on. Coverage gets underway at 2 o'clock on WTMJ. Night 2 of a back-to-back for the Bucks, hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. Hear the game on WTMJ with coverage beginning at 6:30. And in college basketball, the Badgers men's team looking for win number 20 of the season tonight at Oregon for a 9 o'clock tip Central Time. Badgers Sports Updates, sponsored by Siding Unlimited. Siding and a whole lot more.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. We have a broken down vehicle in a bad spot. I-94 East at Mitchell Boulevard. I am seeing backups because of this. Also, the backups on 94 West are getting worse in the construction zone because people are taking a look to see what's going on over there. So I-94 East at Mitchell Boulevard, the right shoulder is blocked because of a car that's broken down. The good news, I just took a peek at the cameras for you, and I do see right now the tow truck is out there. The car is not up on it quite yet, but the tow truck is out there. There's an emergency responder out there as well. It looks like actually now I can see it as the cars are going by. I can see the tow truck driver is right now working to get that car up on the truck. So hopefully in the next 10 minutes or so, this will be cleared. In the meantime, though, we are seeing delays. That's I-94 East at Mitchell Boulevard.
Well, the sun is out. Temperature is on the chilly side today. High of just 29 degrees. Overnight low 17. Thursday, partly cloudy. A high of 39. Our brief warm-up continues on Friday. And I mean brief. High of 54. Saturday's high just 33. 24 and sunny in Milwaukee at 109.
Live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios in downtown Milwaukee, it's Wisconsin's Midday News, making stories come to life. Now, here are your hosts, Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe.
And a reminder, we've got Brewers baseball coming up in about 1 hour here. Little less than an hour. We'll send you off to Arizona for coverage of the Brewers and Giants. Dom Cotroneo of Brewers Extra Innings is covering the team, always with the team during spring training. We'll check in with him coming up at about 1:45.
And now it's time for 3 Big Things on Wisconsin's Midday News.
Number 1, metal detectors approved. The Kenosha School Board just approved metal detectors for all high schools in the district. The vote was unanimous. The move comes after recent gun-related arrests involving students at Bradford High. Last week, Kenosha district officials actually traveled here to Milwaukee to see the MPS plan in action. Milwaukee Public Schools recently rolled out updated metal detectors. The district's emergency operations manager, Kevin Hafman, joined us right here on Wisconsin's Midday News during rollout week and explained how they work.
If you think about it more like you're going to a sporting event, you're going to a Bucks game, they have it at Camp Randall, if you're going to a Badger football game, or you're going to a museum or theaters, it's just a layer of safety. It's 2 pillars. You pretty much walk right through. There's certain items that we ask that they take out. Otherwise, your backpacks, your purses, they're in the middle of your body. You walk straight through. Nope.
Many parents in Kenosha want to see metal detectors in all Kenosha schools. Right now, just the high school, though, coming.
The NFL announces the Detroit Lions will be one of the teams participating for the league's return to Munich, Germany for a regular season game this upcoming season. It's all part of the NFL's International Series. The Lions will be the home team. Their opponent will be revealed when the schedule is released in May. Last week, I asked former Packers president Mark Murphy. Mark, do you believe the Packers are going to have a game in Germany on the schedule this year?
Oh, boy. I think they probably do. Yeah, that's a huge priority for the league, international expansion and more games. And I think within 3 or 4 years, there'll be 16 games played internationally. So every team will play one international game a year.
So this is interesting to me. It's possible the Packers could be the Lions' opponent, but keep in mind the Packers' schedule will feature 9 home games this year, not 8. Remember, the NFL, they play 17 games. So alternating years, you've got that one additional home game. Last year, the Packers had 9 road games. So to me, that would be a win for the Packers if one of their road games actually ended up being a neutral site game in Munich, Germany, where the Packers would have legions of fans instead of having to go to Detroit to play a game. This will be interesting. I am cooler on the idea of the Packers being one of these teams to play in Germany because I know it will not be a home game for them. So this will be interesting to see how it plays out.
That would be such a blast. A lot of Packers players would be saying Prost.
Well, there's so many different cities, too, by the way. London, Paris, Mexico City, Rio de Janeiro. Those are all in play for the International Series.
All right, we'll see. Number 3, the numbers are in, and Milwaukee comes out on top for viewership during the Olympics. More viewers tuned in here than anywhere else in the entire country. People in the Milwaukee market had extra incentive to watch. You had Wisconsin's own Jordan Stolz taking the ice, going for gold in 4 races. He secured 3 medals, 2 gold and 1 silver. We are so proud of Kewaskum's own. You also had Team USA women's hockey team full of Wisconsin Badgers. The coach is from Wisconsin, too. The ladies went all the way to the gold medal game, and they won in overtime. That was wild to watch. And those weren't just Olympic stories. Those were Wisconsin stories, Wisconsin storylines right there. When there is local pride on the line, this market shows up, no doubt, and they definitely did that this year. So Milwaukee comes in first place for Olympic viewership for the Winter Games in Milan Cortina. Minneapolis slides in second, and Fort Myers takes third. I think
interesting.
It's the Snowbirds from Wisconsin down there.
Good call.
Tuning in. Are you curious about the top 5?
Yes.
Pittsburgh and Dayton rounded out the top 5.
Okay, that's kind of interesting, too. Dayton is on, well, not usually on any list, for that matter, of any kind.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Dayton.
Yeah, well, not surprising to see the Midwest and specifically Milwaukee and Minneapolis well represented there. It's 1:14 on WTMJ.
We see you out there coming up with original ideas, which is why you shop at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Because you know that when inspiration stirs, we'll have what you need at prices that help make it happen. During our big pet care event, save $3 on assorted Blaine's brand pet food. Rewards members save an extra $2. 25% off all dog and cat toys. Plus, get a free $15 Blaine's gift card when you buy a Seresto flea and tick collar for cats or dogs. Find value on the things you value. Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
All sorts of ways to win at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Greg Matzek here. Let me tell you about it. The rest of this month, you could break the bank and get down with a share of $300,000 in prizes. Bust out that rewards card and play to earn entries. Drawings every Thursday. Again, you got to have that rewards card to play and take advantage of the great opportunities at Potawatomi. Break the bank at Potawatomi, or maybe just stop by the sports book. Watch a game, grab some food and a drink, bring some friends down, and enjoy that 2,000 square foot video wall. If the games are on, the games will be on at Potawatomi, an unbelievable place to watch sports. No better place. Fine dining, food trucks, 24/7 coffee shop, one of a dozen restaurants at Potawatomi. Check it out.
Half of American parents cannot afford diapers. Hi, this is WTMJ's Kristen Bry. This spring, WTMJ and the Milwaukee Diaper Mission are teaming up to change that. Join me for WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies, where we will raise funds for Milwaukee Diaper Mission. Register to bowl with us on March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls. Registration is now open. Go to WTMJCares.com to sign up. Act quickly, teams will fill up fast. It's WTMJ Cares, Bowling for Babies to help the Milwaukee Diaper Mission.
You've spent a lifetime taking care of others. Now it's your turn to enjoy life your way. At Capri Communities, they offer vibrant senior living where neighbors become friends, and each day brings something to smile about.
Well, it's breakfast with the boys, and then bingo is at 3 in the afternoon. I lost that super lady I lived with for 60 years, but have found a home and doing well. The accommodations, the facilities, it's been a pleasure.
Find your perfect new home at capricommunities.com.
Healthy joints, healthy lifestyle. Vince Vetrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Arthritis, injuries, wear and tear, common joint issues that keep you from doing what you love. At OAW, a visit to the doctor doesn't always mean surgery. Everyone is different. Surgeons, nurses, physical therapists work together to come up with a plan for you. Maybe it's PT, medication, injection, and if you do need surgery like I did, you know you're in the best of hands. Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin, there is a difference. Book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Well, the sun is out. Temperatures on the cool side here. It's 27 right now. 29 your listed high. Overnight low 17. 39, partly cloudy on Thursday. Friday's high 54. It's going to be windy. It's going to be sunny, but mild temperatures back into the 30s for Saturday and Sunday. 27 and sunny in Milwaukee at 117.
One week from today, a Milwaukee police officer accused of misusing police equipment to keep tabs on his romantic partner is due to make his initial appearance in court. 33-year-old Josue Ayala is charged with attempted misconduct in public office. So here's what prosecutors say happened. They say the Milwaukee police officer improperly accessed the flock camera system while on duty and plugged in the license plate of his romantic partner and that person's ex to monitor their whereabouts. Flock cameras. If you don't know a lot about them, you've probably heard about them at least. They scan license plates in passing vehicles. They've been in the news a lot lately. They've actually helped police a lot across the country, not just here in Milwaukee. They help track down stolen cars and criminal suspects. They've helped crack cases. But they've also come under scrutiny in recent years, and especially I'd say the last couple of months, over fears of mass surveillance and who can actually access the data. Milwaukee, here in our city, we have more than 30 flock cameras that are up. Officer Ayala is accused of looking up his partner's information. Listen to this. I was going through the criminal complaint last night, and I thought, wow. He is accused of looking up his partner's information more than 120 times, and that person's ex more than 50 times. I'm thinking, if this actually happened, how long does it take to do all that? And how many days are spent doing that? This was while on duty, prosecutors say. So that's a lot of time on the clock.
No, that's a very good point, right? If it's one occasion where this happened, okay, maybe that's excusable. But this is a repeat offense. This is over 170 occasions, separate occasions, while on duty, doing something for himself. Just sort of a personal investigation, has nothing to do with a criminal investigation at all. So to me, it sort of shows up like a repeat offense. Every time he did this with this intent, it was a violation.
Well, and the problem is that prosecutors say this was for personal use. That right there is the problem, whether it was one time or 20 times, or as alleged, more than 120 times in the case of victim number 2. Something else when I was going through the criminal complaint that I found interesting, I had never heard of this before. It's a website called HaveIBeenFlocked.com.
Never heard of that.
So this investigation started back in December. On December 15th, there were 2 detectives with the Milwaukee Police Department who were assigned to investigate a misconduct complaint involving City Milwaukee police officer Josue Ayala. So basically what happened was you had this one victim who provided information to police that said, through that website, HaveIBeenFlocked.com, the victim became aware that the City of Milwaukee police officer used the flock system on numerous occasions. So that person went on, and I went on to the website as well. So if you put in HaveIBeenFlocked.com, there's just a little spot where you put in your license plate. So I did it for myself. I did it, and it'll show you, in my case, it said no results. So that could mean 2 things. They don't have all of the records out there, right? So it could be that they don't have records if for some reason maybe a police officer were to put mine in there or yours or vice versa. I did actually then I put in my husband's to see, and then I had pictures on my phone, so I just put license plate in the search bar just to see if somebody's would pop up, right? Just out of curiosity. I was really hoping somebody's would pop up just to kind of see. I put in probably 6 different license plates and nothing popped up. But in this case, when this person put in their license plate, obviously something popped up, and that is what prompted this investigation back in December to start.
You know, the other very interesting component to this is the time frame. The allegations between March 26th and May 26th, so a 2-month period, right? Roughly 60 days. And I can't imagine Ayala was working every one of those days. So let's say for argument's sake, he had a couple of weekends off. Let's take it to 55 days. You're still talking about over 170 check-ins, so multiple times a day, right? Not just 1 5-minute what's happening here, like multiple occasions on a given day. He was doing this. It's just a 2-month time period. That's pretty compressed for that many visits.
And to take you inside this a little bit more, so we know from the criminal complaint, and also actually I saw some of this information on the Milwaukee Police Department's website as well, and when they posted a little bit about this. So there are some officers who can use this for investigative reasons. It was back in December 2023. There was a memorandum out there, and an inspector with the City of Milwaukee Police Department announced that select members of the police department would receive access to the flock system for investigative purposes. Every member of the police department who received access would have an individualized log information and password for accountability purposes. So the thought here is that if Officer Ayala did indeed do this, they have his number to go in and see the records, right? So for investigative purposes only is what this memorandum was talking about. And it also says that if any member of the City of Milwaukee Police Department who accessed the flock system for reasons unrelated to law enforcement purposes, if you did that, you would face discipline. So right now they're calling this a negotiated issuance, a condition of which requires the officer to resign his position as a police officer. They are expecting Officer Ayala to resign. He is currently suspended.
So here's something interesting from Waukesha Police Department. They've got a flock policy, right? Flock policy. That's what we're talking about in 2026. The Waukesha Police Department's policy states that officers should enter the primary reason for conducting that plate search. So whatever it is, burglary, suspect, robbery, vehicle pursuit, you name it, when an incident report number is unavailable. So I do wonder what the access to this system is like for the Milwaukee Police Department. If to trigger it, you need to enter a reason for triggering it, I wonder what those reasons would have been. And if that doesn't exist, I wonder if MPD will kind of move toward this system of sort of unlocking the flock system. You got to have a good reason to do it.
Yeah, so you do have to enter a reason for the license plate search, and what they are saying, prosecutors are saying, is that Officer Ayala listed the reason for conducting the search as investigation, but there was no investigation for either of these victims.
It was a little personal investigation, perhaps. Really interesting stuff here. Yeah, the flock policy. I did put in my own license plate on the HaveIBeenFlocked.com, and
nothing came up.
No, nothing came up.
Yeah, I am not surprised. Well, the officer is due in court coming up 1 week from today. He is ordered into room 221, the safety building, at 1:15 p.m. So it's a story we'll stay on top of for you.
No doubt. 124 here on WTMJ. Wisconsin's Midday News podcast is built by Sighting Unlimited. If you like podcasts, subscribe. Take us with you wherever you go. We've got full hours, show by show, segment by segment, guest by guest, all right there for you. Wherever you get your podcasts, you can find us, Wisconsin's Midday News.
This message reaches 1 million people or more every week. Spreading the gospel is more than one voice speaking to 1 million. It is and must continue to be 1 million voices, each speaking to one, pointing them to our friend Jesus.
The Lutheran Hour with Dr. Michael Ziegler.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Wisconsin's hometown pizza is Palermo's, and they got all sorts of screaming deals right now. You can get the best of the best here. How about Palermo's Rising Crust on sale for $4.99 at Festival Foods now through the 3rd of March. This is that thick and fluffy crust. Got a crispy edge, but the inside is soft. It's absolutely delicious. It's a crowd pleaser, no doubt about that. Big fan of the Palermo's Rising Crust, which you can now get at Festival Foods through March 3rd for just $4.99. Stock up and save with Palermo's, Wisconsin's hometown pizza, made in Milwaukee, found wherever you like to shop. Wisconsin's hometown pizza. It's Palermo.
This Valentine's month, Milwaukee Weight Loss is sharing the love with $300 off during our Valentine's sale. Now through February 28th only. It's the perfect time to fall in love with the result-getting Milwaukee Weight Loss program. We know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day with no exercising, no prepackaged meals, no counting points or calories, no drugs, no surgery, and no injections with the risk of serious side effects. Whether you want to look great for Valentine's Day, an upcoming event, event or just for you. You can start losing those unwanted pounds right now. No more losing weight and gaining it back. This program helps you keep the weight off for good. Visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Debbie Loziga here. Show yourself some love with $300 off, but hurry. This Valentine's sale ends February 28th. Many patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in about a month or two. Call now for your free consultation at 262-449-1180. That's 262-449-1180. Or visit MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Saturday, March 7th. It's part of WTMJ and Gruber Law offices Bowling for Babies initiative. We're raising money for the Milwaukee Diaper Mission, and we need you to sign up. There's still a few spots available, so get your team of 4 ready to rock and text the word baby to 855-616-1620. We'll get all the information for you to sign up and register sent back to your mobile device. Raising money for an unbelievable cause. WTMJ personalities are behind it. Gruber is behind it. We want you to be behind it as well. Let's bowl March 7th at Village Bowl in Menominee Falls. Text the word baby to 855-616-1620. We'll send you all the info and your ability to sign up right back to your mobile device. Hope to see you there. Should be a good time on March 7th.
When snowstorms hit and the roads turn slick.
These slick roads are pretty brutal.
When school closings start rolling in and traffic slows to a crawl.
The snowfall closing schools in Kenosha.
We've got the latest updates on forecasts and everything else you need to know during severe winter weather. Find Fleet Farm Storm Team alerts on air and online at WTMJ.com or on the WTMJ mobile app. Stay safe. Stay informed with WTMJ.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law offices make our community a better place.
They are the best.
For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law offices.
Hey, Wisconsin anglers. This Saturday, head to MW Marine for a free fishing seminar. No reservation needed. Meet Warren Zarin from the Mercury Lund Pro Team and learn West Coast bass techniques that flat out work in Wisconsin. Pick up tips you can use right away. And while you're there, check out the boats and get ready for your best season yet. This Saturday at MW Marine. Free, fun, and you're invited.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
The Mine Chef's Wednesday and Friday all-you-can-eat haddock Lenten fish fry is just $8.99. Kids and grandkids 5 and under eat free from the kids menu Sunday through Thursday. Google, call, and reserve your $8.99 fish fry. It's the Mine Shaft.
It's 1:30. I'm Greg Matzek. This is Wisconsin's Midday News. It's Wednesday, February 25th. Your top story still undecided in the upcoming governor's race.
I'm Jessica Tighe, demanding better staffing for nurses.
Sunny and breezy today, high 29. Clear tonight and a low of 17, up to 39 degrees, and partly cloudy skies on Thursday.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. In California, the sole plaintiff in a landmark social media trial is testifying today.
A 20-year-old woman who's been identified just by her first name, Kaylee, has alleged Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are designed to be intentionally addictive to children. She says she became addicted to social media at age 6, which led to things like anxiety, depression, and body dysmorphia. In testimony this month, lawyers and executives for the social media companies have argued platforms like theirs aren't the main driver of the teen mental health crisis. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
Former Harvard President and Treasury Secretary Larry Summers announcing he's retiring from Harvard at the end of this academic year. According to a Harvard spokesperson, that decision was made in connection with the ongoing university review of Jeffrey Epstein documents released by the Justice Department. More snow today in parts of the Northeast as residents and airlines are still trying to recover from the major winter storm earlier this week. This is ABC News.
Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 1:31. Decision Wisconsin. Early polling suggests most voters remain undecided on who they will support in the fall gubernatorial race.
The latest Marquette University law poll shows nearly 2/3 of both likely Republican and Democratic voters are undecided, even as the Republican field has been narrowed down to one serious candidate, Congressman Tom Tiffany. Poll director Charles Franklin.
These numbers will change, but they give us a baseline to follow throughout the year.
Among Democratic primary voters, Assemblywoman Francesca Hong led the way with 11%, followed by former Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes with 10%. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
A Milwaukee police officer has been criminally charged, accused of misusing department technology. 33-year-old Josue Ayala faces one count of attempted misconduct in public office. According to a criminal complaint, Ayala is accused of using the department's Flock Technology license plate tracking system to check on the whereabouts of two people for personal reasons. Prosecutors say Ayala ran the license plate of one victim more than 120 times and the second victim more than 50 times. The Milwaukee Police Association says the accused officer is not related to MPA President Alex Ayala.
The two criminal cases against former City Attorney Tierman Spencer reassigned to Waukesha County. The Milwaukee Journal is reporting that the Milwaukee Circuit Court Judge, Lena Taylor, is expected to be called as a witness in one of the cases if it goes to trial. That could become a conflict of interest, which is why the cases are moving. Spearman and an associate are accused of improperly acquiring a property for about $4,000 each and attempting to sell it for $245,000. He's also facing misconduct in office charges in a separate criminal case.
Two Milwaukee suburbs are giving the green light for a fire department merger.
Both the West Allis and Wauwatosa Common Councils approving the merger during their meetings Tuesday night. Wauwatosa Fire Chief James Case.
And so we know this is a big change and a big ask that we're looking to do. But it's one of those things we feel strongly we have to do at this point because both cities, both fire departments, our budgets continue to be impacted.
A study last year found the merger could save both cities around $7 million. Fire officials from both cities say no cuts are expected from the merger. The plan calls for a 10-year contract with service starting this April. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
The joint fire department will be called Milwaukee Metro Fire Rescue.
Wisconsin healthcare workers are demanding safe staffing levels. Democrats introducing a bill that would establish nurse-to-patient ratios for hospitals across the state. State Senator Melissa Ratcliffe.
When nursing staffing levels are at appropriate nurse-to-patient ratios, patient outcomes improve, medical errors decrease, and retention strengthens. This is not just a workforce issue, it's a public health issue.
Under the proposal, ICU nurses could not be assigned more than two patients. It would also ban mandatory overtime. Similar legislation failed to pass 2 years ago.
Sports, traffic, and weather next. Outdoor Living Unlimited WTMJ News Time is 1:34.
3 generations ago, it was about doing one thing and doing it right.
Hardwood, tile, carpet, floors that had to last because our name, Adair, was on them. Over time, homeowners asked us to do more. Kitchens, bathrooms, full remodels. And so our name changed to Adair Floors and Remodeling.
But flooring has always been the foundation, literally.
And it's something the next generation already understands.
Hi, I'm Ava. Hi, I'm Quinn. My dad does floors.
From hardwood and luxury vinyl plank to tile and carpet, we handle selection, layout, and professional installation.
And because we also remodel homes, we know how flooring works with everything else. Transitions, finishes, and long-term durability.
When you hire Adair, you're getting experience you can stand on and people who will be here for decades to come.
Call my dad. Bye-bye.
Adair Floors and Remodeling. Built on flooring, trusted for remodels. 3 generations, 1 standard. Call us at 414-761-3660 for your free flooring estimate.
Wisconsin's Midday News with Greg Matzek and Jessica Tighe is taking you courtside. Powered by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Butts Insiders is your inside look at player updates, game previews, and exclusive analysis with special guests all season long.
I think after the game, he had 3 words to say: I get buckets.
Tune in every Thursday at 12:35, only on Wisconsin's Midday News.
For the win! It's gone!
So if you're looking to install a new glass shower door, you're going to want to see selection. The more you see, the better choice you can make. And that's why our store is loaded with 20 different glass shower door options. And what sets Les's Glass apart is that you're going to have somebody close by for help who's been here for years and years to ask them questions and get reliable answers. Now, no one's going to be hounding you, but when you need an answer, you're not going to have to search around. One thing you can count on at Less's Glass is that there will always be a member of our staff here with decades of experience. And that matters, because how many times have you been at the big box home improvement store, walking around trying to find someone who can actually answer your questions? This is Stacy Sinks. If it's a new glass shower door, fogged or broken insulated glass replacement, or affordable glass and mirror home decor that you've been looking for, you just can't pass on Less's Glass. Less's Glass Service, serving all of southeastern Wisconsin. Find us at lessglassservice.com.
Time for a WTMJ Sports Update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call that's all sports desk. Brewers take on the Giants this afternoon from Maryvale. We'll get you out there in about 23 minutes here on WTMJ. Prospect Tyler Black with 3 hits and 6 RBI in Tuesday's win over the A's.
I think definitely coming into camp more ready this year was a big thing. I got hurt early in camp last year, so I think that kind of hindered me a little bit. But, just being able to compete and, my body being in a good spot allowing me to do that, it's been big for sure. So
Black earning some early playing time before departing for the World Baseball Classic, where he'll represent Team Canada. Bucks are back on the floor tonight, night 2 of a back-to-back, taking on the Cavaliers. Coverage gets underway at 6:30 on WTMJ. And a late-night basketball for the Badgers men's team out west in Oregon, a 9 o'clock tip Central Time. UW looking for its 20th win of the season. Badger Sports Update sponsored by Siding Limited. Siding and a whole lot more.
Checking out the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver Traffic. We have a new crash in Milwaukee County. This isn't a bad spot. 4145 South at Silver Spring Drive. That's a busy spot, and it's also a spot where you have the construction barrels right now. 4145 South at Silver Spring Drive. The right shoulder is blocked because of this crash. It involves at least one semi. Ooh, they just zoomed in. They just zoomed the cameras in. It's possible this involves 2 semis. I do not see emergency responders out there yet. This just popped up a couple of minutes ago, so we are early on top of this one. I am seeing cars. Oh, wow. I just watched one car kind of go to the right to go behind these 2 semis that are stopped, quickly then move to the left so they could get by them. This is going to cause problems. I don't see backups yet, but traffic is getting heavier and heavier, and the backups are going to begin any minute now. This is going to be a mess for a little bit at least. 4145 South at Silver Spring Drive. The right shoulder is blocked due to a crash that possibly involves 2 semis.
On our roller coaster weather week continues. Sun is out here, not quite as windy, so sun actually feels pretty good. And we've got sun possibly returning tomorrow. Let's get the details with Niz. I see that 54. It's still lingering here. I just don't know how long it's going to last. That's my only source of frustration is it comes and goes so fast here in February.
Yeah, it does. Usually you get a warm-up like that. It's pretty short-lived. But I'm whipping together the afternoon forecast update, and I could see myself going maybe even middle 50s, upper 50s for Friday.
Ooh.
All right.
Do
flirting with 60 type stuff. Yeah. So that'll depend on any sunshine, of course, and a strong enough southwest breeze to offset the lake. But if things line up, yeah, I think we could get close to 60 again on Friday. But short-lived, like you said, back to more winter-like weather this weekend.
So, Niz, when you're talking about putting that afternoon update together and you're looking at, I might go upper 50s for Friday, what exactly are you looking at, and how many things do you look at to determine what you're going to do?
Sure. That's a great question and a loaded question. Usually with a forecast technique, for us to keep consistency, I will start with the previous forecast. Meteorologist Brendan Johnson had his previous forecast and go from there. Then I'll look at what's currently happening, looking at all the different observations at the surface and at the upper levels. And then I'll look and see what computer model handled the current situation well. I'll kind of look back and say, okay, this model is doing well right now. It's initializing well right now. And then I'll weigh the prediction to that model in most cases. Now, some models will do better in the near term, long term, and you'll cancel some out. But thankfully, the computers, even before AI, we had these operational models. Make my job a lot easier as far as now there are certain tweaks and things that I know that the models won't do well on, and that'll be so coming into play on Friday. I just have to make sure I'll look at closely if the wind will be strong enough to offset any lake influence, because the models suck at handling our lake. So I'll have to look at that, and I'll look deeply into if we're going to get any sunshine, because I think that will be a determining factor between whether we are sitting at 52 or 60 degrees. So that's about it. I mean, a lot of it's model heavy, and a lot of it is verifying what is currently happening and relating that to what model you choose.
I thought you just guessed the whole time. Right? Just I don't know, throw it out there, see if it sticks.
Yeah, well, there's a little bit of that, or there's some wish casting that goes on. Like, let's say if I am in between, 58, 59, and 60 on Friday, there's this part of me that goes, let's just go for it, So it's fun. It's definitely the part of the job that I embrace the most. I love telling the weather story. I love going on television talking about it. But deep down to my core, like if I'm not getting predictions right, or at least right at a reasonable rate, then I'm not in the right business. So it's something that I take, personally and definitely put a lot of work into.
Sure, that makes sense. I stand up for you guys all the time, because you do have a lot of people complain like they never get it right. And I'm like, that is not true. In fact, if you look back over the last couple of decades, I feel like they have been more and more and more accurate.
Well, there are times, thank you. Well, there are times when things go astray,
sure,
or that we do have to change a forecast, and it's totally correct on that. But you're right. The blanket statements of wrong again and never right. I just ask people to be a little bit reasonable, recognize the amount of days that you probably don't acknowledge. Hey, you know what? That was pretty much what they said it was going to be.
Yeah.
Like today. Partly cloudy and around 30 degrees. I know it's a pretty boring forecast, but things go to plan most of the time. Obviously the big events, the expectation for us I can only speak for our weather team. The expectation for us is to get the forecast right. And then if we don't get it right, is to explain to the viewers what changed, what went wrong, what are we going to learn from next time.
Yeah, and people appreciate that. By the way, you were talking about your colleague, Brendan Johnson. I loved his report this morning. I always keep tabs on these. And he wrote, Friday can't come soon enough. We were expecting highs in the 50s. And I was like, yes.
I agree. Yeah, it's definitely this time of year, as we get closer and closer to March, our brains immediately start to think more and more spring thoughts. Friday's going to be our next little taste of that. And as we turn the page to March, we certainly will have some more days like that. But just keep in mind, there are a lot of days in between those days that are still going to be very much still in the winter spirit.
Well, it is still February, and March is on the horizon. We look forward to that. Always good stuff, Niz. We'll check it again soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Niz.
Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. We'll see you.
Yep, take care. 28 I have right now, and sunny. In Arizona, it's 82 and sunny. Flip the numbers around here. We'll check in with Dom Cotroneo, who is at Brewer Spring Training after this.
Wisconsin's Morning News is here for you every weekday morning starting at 6 a.m. Vince Petrano.
And it appears the High Court has struck down the president's unilateral issuing of tariffs.
Eric Billstad.
The Assembly did pass a bipartisan bill to legalize online sports betting in the state.
And traffic with Debbie Lozica.
Bound 94, right about at Moreland, we've got an accident off on the left shoulder, so watch out for that.
The news you need to know. Wisconsin's Morning News on WTMJ.
I don't know, mid to upper 50s on Friday. I'm giving you permission to get done with work a little early and head off to the Hounds and Tap. Bring your dog and hang out, enjoy the nice day while you sip on a cold drink and enjoy the camaraderie of other folks who have their dogs there hanging out. It's the Hounds and Tap. It's in Menominee Falls. It is our go-to place for daycare and boarding services for our Greyhound night. We also take him to get his nails trimmed there. I've seen dogs go through the full spa day. It's pretty amazing stuff. No place like it. A 12,000 square foot facility that's designed for dogs. You really have a wonderful time hanging out with your dog if you're not just dropping he or her off. We like to bring Night there and hang out with the kids. We do that on family days every Sunday at the Hounds and Tap. Great events, wonderful people. They are the experts with top-tier services for your dog. Exceptional communication, personalized emails, updates, tons of photos. Check out their Facebook page. You'll see what I'm talking about. You could trust the folks at the Hounds and Tap with the proper care for your dog. I can promise you that. They take great care of Night. They'll take great care of your dog as well. It's the Hounds and Tap. Visit thehoundsandtap.com.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
This pain right here won't go away.
I just felt okay. It's something I'm gonna have to live with.
I just lived with it.
So I suffered with it for several years.
I felt like it was getting worse and worse.
I'm 46 years of age, so I did not want to get a knee replacement. And I was like, something has to be done.
You don't want to have knee surgery if you don't have to.
Once I found Rejuvenex, I feel 100% better.
It eliminated the pain.
All of a sudden I went, oh wow. I started feeling pretty good.
So now I'm back. I can walk.
I'm excited for myself. I can't wait to continue.
I can stand longer. I can walk longer.
I can run a little bit. I should say jog.
The pain just went away. It's just wonderful.
It's a life changer.
I definitely would recommend it.
Go to rejuvenex.com to schedule your appointment.
Recalculating route. Estimated arrival time. Never.
For people with nasal congestion, snoring, or sleep apnea, finding a solution feels like a never-ending road trip.
First stop, my primary doctor. Then the pharmacy. Then a sleep specialist. Then an ENT.
What if there was just one destination for all your problems?
Welcome to Advent, Milwaukee's one-stop solution for nasal congestion, snoring, and sleep apnea for over 20 years. Unlike many other practices, we focus exclusively on these conditions, so you get comprehensive care in one location. Over 95% of patients with severe nasal breathing issues report improvement. Plus, most insurance is accepted for our effective 20-minute in-office treatments.
You have arrived at Clear Breathing.
Transform your home today. Exterior Pros. Trust the pros.
Brewers baseball coming up in about 12 minutes here on WTMJ. Brewers taking on the Giants. So the Giants, if you're down in spring training ever, there are two teams that really drive the fans that are down there. It's the Cubs and the Giants. Giants fans are absolutely everywhere. And
are they nice fans?
Giants fans typically, yes. But, you know, everybody's in a pretty good mood when it comes to spring training baseball.
That's true. It's so early, and the sun is shining, and the warmth is there.
No, it's a really warm week here. We'll go to Dom Catronia, who is at Brewer spring training. Today's game in Maryvale looks to be somewhere in the 80s. Looks like a perfect day for baseball, Dom.
Yeah, I just lathered up some sunscreen. We'll be taking some photos today, so not to rub it into you guys. But on the Giants front, yes, there's already a ton of Giants orange here. But remember, you're talking to a guy that's got East Bay ties, so I'm more of the fan of the green and gold side of things. So I'll withhold my judgment on what I actually think about Giants fans.
Okay, fair enough. We will hold off.
Wait, so are you taking photos, or is the team taking photos today? I heard you say you're putting on some sunscreen and photos are happening. What's going on?
Yes, I got a bald head. I got to put some sunscreen on and get down there and do it myself. So I'm taking some photos, got a good lens, and we'll send it back to the movie, sit back home for you guys.
Always curious with the lineup, Dom, when we start to see more of the regulars here, or when you start to see somebody who might be a starting pitcher on one of the first couple of games of the regular season get their first taste. Any hint of that today?
Well, we've seen Garrett Mitchell make his spring training debut today. Good to see him back and healthy. We'll talk to him after the game as well. Be subject of my wrap for today's contest. But then furthermore, today Pat Murphy kind of admitted we're playing it slow on purpose. Like, it's a 6-week spring training. Nobody cares if you're throwing 3 innings on February 25th. They care if you're throwing 7 innings on September 25th. So it's like, why would the Brewers rush it? We will see Aaron Ashby tomorrow. Granted, he's going to be more in the bullpen. As far as the traditional starters go, they've been building up on the backfields, like 2-3 inning up downs, where that when they are finally on the field and the adrenaline is flowing, that's when you're actually going to be seeing, 3 innings probably, slow play it, maybe make 5 or 6 spring training, quote unquote, starts, and then be ready and built up for opening day.
Dom, what's the biggest difference you're noticing in this camp compared to last spring?
I would say the lack of competition. I know that sounds silly, but meaning of the position players, of the 13 position players, I think we know who 12 of them are going to be. I don't think there's a lot to figure out. Maybe fourth outfielder is something to be figured out, but that's assuming health. I think that's going to be a combination of Garrett Mitchell and Blake Perkins. So does Brandon Lockridge make an incredible spring that you can't ignore that he has to be called up and somebody else gets options? I don't know. On the pitching side, it's so many new faces, but they're all so talented. I think that's the biggest thing different to last year to this year is that the quality of depth, like the Brewers had pitching depth, air quotes here last year, but it wasn't necessarily quality depth. This year, you have at least 9 guys who can start games right now and be a fixture in a rotation. And then you still got the kids behind that, too. So I think the Brewers have a lot of new faces, but a lot of more quality, a lot more dependable faces.
I always look for that young player or that out-of-nowhere player who threatens, and all of a sudden you cannot leave him off that opening day roster. Several years ago, it was Jesus Aguilar. All of a sudden, it's like, well, hey, we can't avoid this guy. He's unbelievable right now. I know it's early, Dom, but any hint of what we might see from an up-and-comer or somebody who the Brewers just can't afford to keep off their opening day roster?
The guy I'm going to monitor is in the lineup again today is Brandon Lockridge. I mean, he's had 2 home runs so far this spring. And again, we are so early in this. I don't want anyone to overreact saying, oh my gosh, Brandon Lockridge is going to make the opening day roster. But the point being is that the Brewers acquired this guy from Nestor Cortez, and that didn't work out for the Padres' sake. But the point being is he's got options remaining. He's a speed and defense build. Have we heard that before from the Brewers? And assuming Garrett is healthy, that's where it gets complicated in the outfield. Lockridge can play center field. As we know, Blake Perkins can play center field. So I think the team understands that as much depth as they can have on the position for the front is good, and that's the first name that comes to mind for me.
As I look here, and it's incredibly early, so it doesn't really matter, but here's where my question is going. So the Brewers lost the first 4 games, but then just won yesterday's 10-0, which was great. But it doesn't really matter, the wins and losses, but does it in some capacity? Are the players caring about that at all right now?
I don't want to be blunt, Jess, but no, they don't care at all.
Yeah, I kind of thought so.
You've been hanging out with Vince Petrano a little too much, I think, because he was asking me about it yesterday morning. He's like, why are they 0-4? Should I be freaking out? I'm like, would you be freaking out if the Packers were 0-4 and Jordan Love didn't play a single snap? Like, it's the same thing. So the thought is, get yourself ready. There is still over a month until opening day. Just do what you need to get your body ready. I mean, guys aren't even playing more than 5 innings really at this point either. So just get your body moving, get in the sunshine, get that first sunburn of the season, and get yourself ready for March.
Well, try not to burn yourself down there, Dom, but enjoy Brewers baseball. Outstanding coverage throughout your time down there. We'll look forward to your recap of today's game later on tonight.
Thanks, Tom.
And tomorrow we've got Matt Arnold and Sal Frelick joining Brewers All Access tomorrow night. So take a listen on that.
Definitely looking forward to that. Tom doing incredible work down with the Brewers in Arizona. It's 1:54. We'll take you to Arizona again in just a few minutes.
Enjoy a free dinner this week at the historic Fox and Hounds, one of the most unique and affordable supper clubs in Wisconsin. WTMJ's John Mercure here. I love the Fox and Hounds, one of my very favorite places. You will enjoy fabulous food and 90 years of history in the gorgeous stone and timber building. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every single night, free. Seafood, choice steaks, short ribs, a real favorite, pasta, prime rib Wednesday and Saturday, even the steak and lobster, your second dinner is always free. Desserts and ice cream drinks, buy one, get one free. I love that chocolate cake with the extra ice cream. Unwind with an old-fashioned, a Manhattan, 20 bourbons to choose from, 100 wines from around the world. Wherever you live, it's worth the spectacular drive through the Kettle Moraine Forest for your free dinner. Just off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill, escape from your kitchen with a free dinner this week. Man, that sounds great. Call and reserve, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Hey, thanks, John. Siding Unlimited has done it again, best in the United States. Wisconsin's very own Siding Unlimited, local and family-owned. They've won their 5th National Pella Platinum Premier Certified Contractor of the Year award. Unbelievable. That is a national award. It simply means Siding Unlimited is the best installer of Pella windows in the country. Period. That's it. Siding Unlimited right here in southeastern Wisconsin. Doors, windows, roofing, siding, any number of a matter of things that'll help protect and beautify your home's exterior. Start the process online. Connect with the incredible people at Siding Unlimited. Visit sidingunlimited.com.
Accunet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wickert with my son David, president of Accunet. David, we're pre-approving a lot of home shoppers this time of year. Why should someone choose Accunet for their pre-approval?
Dad, getting pre-approved with just any lender is like showing up to a first date in sweatpants. Sure, you're there, but are you really ready to impress? Our rock-solid pre-approval is like showing up in your best outfit with reservations already made. We also have an excellent reputation among real estate agents, so having Accunet's name on your pre-approval can make the difference.
What else?
In addition to clearly stating we verified your credit, income, and down payment, we'll also run the specific home you're looking to buy through our underwriting software to see if we can approve your loan without an appraisal, which sellers and their agents absolutely love. Bottom line, we do everything possible to help you win.
Thanks, David. Don't settle for anything less. Get started with your rock solid pre-approval by clicking on the blue button today at Accunet.com. That's ACCUNET.com.
At Capri Communities, they believe people of every age deserve to enjoy life.
I recently moved my dad into a Capri community. He has gained such new independence. His falls have decreased, he's eating healthy meals, and going on great new adventures. Knowing Dad is in a great place really gives me the peace of mind I needed. And now, we're both enjoying life again.
Give the care that has your parent enjoying life again at Capri Communities. Get started today at capricommunities.com.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Well, just like that, we are out of time here on abbreviated Wisconsin's Midday News, setting up the rest of your day here on WTMJ. Brewers baseball from Arizona. We'll have a little bit of Wisconsin's afternoon news. We anticipate we'll get you into Bucks coverage tonight, beginning at 6:30. It's night two of a back-to-back for them. So a lot of sports here on the radio, taking you through the rest of the afternoon and into the evening hours.
I was just checking out some of the great spots that you should check out if you go to Brewers spring training. Torchy's Tacos, damn good tacos, they say.
It is really a trip unlike any other. If you've never been to spring training and you're any bit of a baseball fan, you really don't have to be a baseball fan. If you enjoy sunshine, a relaxed atmosphere, and the crack of the bat, walking around with a lemonade, you can do that. You can sit out in the lawn and just soak in the sun at Maryvale Ballpark or any one of the stadiums. It really is a fantastic trip.
It's all about the experience. I'm totally in for that. And for the damn good nachos.
And damn good nachos.
No tacos, but I bet they have nachos too.
A lot of Milwaukee flavor. If you've never been to Maryville Baseball, I should say American Family Fields of Phoenix, they get the sausages down there. They got the Miller Lights. So you get those creature comforts. Those flavors of Milwaukee are certainly in Arizona. Well, we are out of time here. Brewers baseball coming up next on WTMJ. Quick look at the forecast here. Overnight low of 20 degrees, up to 39 tomorrow. Partly cloudy skies. Little warm up on Friday with a high of 54. Should see plenty of sun. Going to be breezy as well. Back into the 30s for the weekend. Brewers baseball right now on WTMJ.
Who handles the service and maintenance for your facility? Is it a Steamfitters Local 601 HVAC professional? If not, you might not be getting the best service. Our HVAC professionals undergo over 10,000 hours of rigorous training, 1,200 hours in the classroom, and 9,300 hours of hands-on experience. That's the kind of expertise you can count on. For superior service and cost-effective solutions, partner with the best. Visit steam601.org to view our list of signatory contractors. Steamfitters Local 601, keepers of the craft, powering Wisconsin.
Growing up in our house, Dad spent a lot of time talking about customers. After a big storm, he'd drop everything and take calls late into the evening.